You've probably heard of that one game about a cup and a mug that's known for its incredible art style and pretty challenging difficulty. But what if that same feeling was in a game about flying planes and fighting a whole army of wacky enemies? Today, I've got something truly special to show you. It's a full review of AceCraft, a brand new mobile game that's been turning heads with its stunning 1930s cartoon visuals. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know: the gameplay, the art style, the progression, and the big question: is it worth your time? Are you ready? Let's dive in. Alright, so let's get into what it actually feels like to play this game. At its core, AceCraft is a classic shoot-'em-up or bullet hell game. You're constantly moving, dodging, and weaving through a screen full of projectiles while trying to take down enemies. Now, while this game shares a beautiful art style with Cuphead, it's important to know that this is not the same kind of game, and it's definitely not a ripoff. Cuphead is a run-and-gun platformer with tough preset boss fights. AceCraft is a top-down arcade-style shooter. The games are completely different genres. The controls are simple and work perfectly on a phone. You just drag your finger to move your plane around, and it automatically shoots. This makes it really easy to pick up and play, even if you've never played a game like this before. Each stage is a frantic, non-stop experience. It's not just a single, long fight. You'll fly through a series of increasingly difficult enemy waves. You might start with a few simple enemies, but the screen quickly fills with dozens of them, firing unique bullet patterns. The action is relentless, and you have to think on your feet, always looking for a safe path through the chaos. As you progress, the enemy variety is fantastic. I've faced everything from tiny, fast-moving swords to toasters with huge swinging axes, and even huge screen-filling bosses on a cake that shoot waves of lasers in all directions. Beyond the main enemies, there are also mini-bosses that appear within a level. These really test your skills and feel like a fun lead-up to the final encounter. They introduce new bullet patterns and challenges you have to quickly adapt to. And of course, every level ends with an epic boss battle against a gigantic enemy. These bosses are a spectacle in themselves, often changing forms and unleashing a unique set of attacks that feel like a puzzle to solve. Although the bosses are unique in the story mode, you'll see them again in different game modes that I'll tell you about later. It's a great place to learn their mechanics, and then push your limits while competing with other players for some high scores. One thing to note is that the game can get very intense. When there are tons of enemies on the screen, or huge lasers blasting everywhere, a less responsive screen might cause some small issues. Playing on a tablet is definitely more comfortable due to the extra screen space, but playing on a phone is still a great experience. Now that we've covered the basic gameplay, let's talk about the core mechanics that make AceCraft stand out. The main one is the absorb mechanic. Most bullet hell games are all about dodging everything, but here, if you see a pink bullet, you can actually absorb it by lifting your finger from the screen. Collecting enough of these powers up a special skill you can unleash for massive damage. This is a game changer because it adds a huge layer of strategy. Do you risk taking a hit to absorb a critical bullet and charge your ultimate, or do you play it safe and just dodge? This risk-reward system makes every decision feel impactful. In the middle of a frantic boss fight, seeing that one pink bullet can change everything, forcing you to make a split-second decision that could either end your run or give you the power to turn the tide. It's a truly brilliant idea that separates this game from the competition. Another key mechanic is the roguelike progression. After each wave you clear, you're given a choice of different skills to upgrade, from adding side cannons to increasing your fire rate or gaining a protective shield. This means every single run is different, and you can create tons of unique and powerful builds. You might try to stack all your power-ups on one weapon to create a laser-blasting monster, or you might spread them out to cover the whole screen in bullets. This system keeps the game feeling fresh and gives you a reason to keep trying new strategies. The combination of these two mechanics is really what hooked me. You're not just flying and shooting, you're constantly making choices, from which bullets to absorb to which skill upgrades to pick. And those choices completely change your gameplay experience. It's a satisfying loop that makes you want to jump back in and try a different build as soon as you fail a run. Beyond the skills you choose in each run, AceCraft has a deep progression system that's designed to keep you coming back for more. The main goal is to collect and level up pilots. Each pilot has their own special skills, like a powerful laser blast or a screen-clearing explosion. Since each pilot has a different ultimate, it completely changes your playstyle, giving the game a ton of replayability. You won't just find pilots in the main story either. The game has a full-fledged gacha system where you use in-game currency to summon new pilots and wingmen. While some might be wary of gacha, the game does a good job of giving you enough free currency to make progress without paying. But the progression doesn't stop there. As you play, you'll collect a variety of currencies and materials that you use to permanently upgrade your account. There's a modification system, which is essentially a permanent talent tree for your aircraft. You can spend gold coins to increase your base stats like attack, defense, and health, making you stronger for every run, no matter which pilot you choose. You can also unlock powerful super tech upgrades that give you special attachments for your plane. You also collect cards and artifacts that give you passive bonuses and can be upgraded over time. These include everything from increasing your critical hit chance to giving you a protective drone. It's a classic mobile game system, but it feels very rewarding. As you play, you earn coins and other resources that you use to permanently upgrade your pilots and planes, making you stronger for every run. The grind is definitely there, but it's not overly punishing, which I really appreciate. Even if you're a free-to-play user, you'll consistently make noticeable progress by simply playing the game, which is a big win in my book. The progression feels fair. You can feel yourself getting more powerful with each run, which makes the tougher levels feel achievable with a bit more grinding. The game also has an in-depth card and artifact collection system. You'll earn these cards from playing through levels, completing events, and as daily rewards. There are a ton of different game modes, which is a big reason why I keep coming back to this game. The story mode is the main path of progression, and it's where you'll spend most of your time unlocking new stages and bosses. The storyline is surprisingly interesting, with you facing off against different bosses ranging from members of a crime organization to corrupted court judges. As you progress, you'll unlock elite difficulty, which are essentially the same stages and bosses, but with a much higher difficulty. It's a great way to put your skills to the test. Beyond the main story, there are plenty of other ways to play. This includes a fantastic co-op mode where you team up with another player to fight through waves of enemies together. The daily challenges are different types of boss rushes, where you fight bosses with special skills, and you can also try to survive endless waves to test your endurance. For high-score chasers, Tempest Trek is a competitive mode where you try to reach the highest wave possible and climb the leaderboard. There's also a special portal for themes. Right now, the theme is a full-fledged Tom and Jerry crossover. This gives you a separate mini-story mode where you can chase specific rewards to improve your main ship and level up unique modifications, like an energy reactor. Finally, for those times you can't play, there's a great AFK mode called Patrol. You can gather resources for up to 24 hours just by having the game closed. There's also a quick patrol option that lets you use your in-game energy to instantly collect rewards worth 300 minutes, which is perfect for days you don't have time to grind. There is always something to do in AceCraft, which keeps the game from feeling repetitive. So, we've talked about the gameplay and progression, but let's dive into the core of what makes this game unique: the art style and the world it's built on. AceCraft is a stunning game with an art style inspired by 1930s cartoons, which makes everything feel hand-drawn and full of personality. You can see it in the way your plane bobs and weaves, the fluid motion of the enemies, and the unique design of every boss. It's a commitment to a classic aesthetic that gives the game a ton of charm. A lot of people have called it a Cuphead ripoff, but that's a big misunderstanding. In reality, it only shares the same incredible art vibe, and it's a shame to dismiss AceCraft as just a copy when it has so much to offer on its own. But the art is just the beginning. The game has a surprisingly interesting story and a well-developed world. The plot is set in the whimsical realm of Cloudia, a world of floating islands populated by a society of clockwork dolls. Your character, an ace pilot, goes on a mission to save this land from the invasion of the night, a mysterious dark force that is turning the world's creatures into monsters. The story is told through stylized, comic book-like cutscenes that are beautiful to look at and give context to your missions. It adds a lot of charm and personality to the bosses you face, making each one feel unique rather than just a faceless enemy. It's clear the developers put a lot of care into building this universe, and this world building goes beyond just the main story. You'll find that every aspect of the game, from the visual design of the bosses to the different elements you fly through, is steeped in this unique aesthetic. It makes every new level feel like a journey to a different part of the world, full of its own unique creatures and challenges. This level of detail is something you don't always see in mobile games. The visual style isn't just a gimmick, it's seamlessly woven into the game's identity. From the jazzy soundtrack to the satisfying sound effects, everything works together to create an immersive experience that feels authentic to the era it's inspired by. It's a major reason this game stands out in a very crowded market. Ultimately, the combination of the stunning art and the whimsical world is a huge part of the game's appeal. It's a welcome bonus to an already fantastic game, and it shows that the developers were passionate about creating a full and cohesive experience. Now for the big question, how does this free-to-play game make its money? AceCraft uses a pretty standard free-to-play model that you've likely seen before. There are a variety of in-game currencies that you can earn by playing or purchase with real money. The game is designed to be very generous at the start, giving you plenty of resources to quickly level up and feel powerful. But like most games of this type, the grind becomes more noticeable as you get deeper in. You can earn everything in the game for free by simply playing, but it will take a lot of time. If you want to speed things up, there are a few options. There's a battle pass with extra rewards for playing, and you can buy special packs with in-game currency. The game also uses an optional ad system. You can choose to watch a short ad to get a free revive during a run, or to get extra rewards at the end of a level. Ultimately, the game is fair. It's not a pay-to-win game where you can just buy your way to victory. Your skills as a player will always matter more than how much money you spend. The monetization is there to speed up your progression, not to make the game impossible without paying. So, with all that said, is AceCraft worth it? The answer is a clear yes. This is a game I can wholeheartedly recommend. The pros are its stunning art and world building, which are a major reason to play, and are matched by a charming story and a vibrant world that's fun to explore. It also features a unique gameplay mechanic with the bullet-absorbing system that sets it apart from other shooters. And there's a ton of content with multiple game modes and a deep progression system. Most importantly, it's not just a ripoff of Cuphead, it's a completely different genre that stands on its own as a great game. On the other hand, the cons include a noticeable grind for resources as you progress, and it can suffer from performance issues. I've encountered quite a bit of lag and spinning wheel loading times, especially in the menus or between stages, which makes me think the servers might be struggling to handle a high player count. Overall, AceCraft is a fantastic mobile game. It's a well-designed, visually stunning, and surprisingly deep shooter that's a joy to play. If you love the retro art style and are looking for a game with satisfying action and a lot of content, you'll have a blast with this one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I'll see you in the next video.